This video was sponsored by Squarespace.
My to-be-read list is getting out of control. That's why in today's video, I'm going to be reading as many books on that list as I possibly can in a 24-hour time span. Yeah. How original, am I right?
Back in January, I made a video detailing a list of 25 books that I want to read in the year of 2025. And how am I doing so far? Well, I've read 4. That's right, 4. But that all changes in today's video when I try to conquer as many of these books as I possibly can in as short amount of time as, well, humanly possible. Will I succeed or will I fail? Only time will tell. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below that I'm an idiot for doing this. Thanks for being here.
Wow, I didn't think I'd be doing another 24-hour challenge, but here we are. Yes, I made a list earlier at the beginning of the year of 25 books that I want to read in 2025. And I've tried to make my way through that list slowly but surely, but I've been failing. I've been wanting to read other things, and that's why I don't make lists like that, because, well, I end up not abiding by my own whims and wishes, right? But that stops today. What I've done is I've taken that list and I've seen what books that I have read compared to the books that I haven't. And in today's video, I'm only gonna give myself the option to pick from the books that I haven't read yet on that specific list. So, without further ado, First book is going to be The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I love Joe Abercrombie. He's one of my favorite authors of all time, and he just released this bad boy. I haven't watched any videos about it. I haven't watched any reviews. I haven't looked up anything on the internet. The only thing that I know about this book is from my friends in the book community. And they hate it. It's really bad, right? It's a really bad start. But I'm excited. I got to hear Joe in person explain his thought process behind this book, so I have a little bit more context going in, so I'm very grateful for that. I am nervous, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. So the way this 24-hour challenge is gonna work is I'm going to hit the clock. And when it starts counting backwards from 24 hours, nothing is gonna stop the clock. I'm not gonna stop it to use the bathroom. I'm not gonna stop it to eat food. I'm not gonna stop it to watch TV with my wife. So this is just a readathon, and whatever is read in a 24-hour time span as the clock is ticking down is what I read. There's the challenge, there's the rules. Let's begin. All right, we're over an hour in. Oh, The Devils. Oh, man. I don't even know what chapter we're on, because that's not how Abercrombie rolls. But I'm on page 45. So it's too soon to really tell you what's like happening in this book, because there's a lot happening and there's not a lot happening. There's two main POVs that we're following so far. On one hand, we're following Brother Diaz. He's kind of like this middle position in the hierarchy of the church kind of monk. He's been assigned a secret congregation for his administrative abilities. Essentially, he's looking over monsters. He's like tending to monsters, literal monsters. Honestly, it doesn't really make much sense. And then on the other hand, we're following Alex, who in the first chapter, she's like a street rat, and she's a thief, and she has debts to pay. And right before she gets the beating of a lifetime, she's rescued by a duke who tells her she's a princess. But not only the princess, she is the lost heiress to the serpent throne of Troy. Yeah, Abercrombie pulling some fast punches on me. This is a dark fantasy, grimdark novel set in like an alternate universe of our world. So there's real places, Troy, the holy city. On the map it showed like Russia and Norway and a picture of Jerusalem. In this world there's all sorts of hordes of monsters and demons and devils and sorcerers and black magic. There's a lot. Essentially the book is shaping up to be Alex needs to get back to her throne, and there's going to be a secret group assembled to get her there through all sorts of perils. But there is a time crunch because the throne is sitting empty, but not for long. There are people vying for this throne that she's going to have to, surprise, I'm actually the heiress. What's up here? Like, it's going to be this whole political scheming. But I will say one thing. I have not read an Abercrombie book since 2023, and I forgot how freaking hilarious his writing is. I don't know where this book is going to take me, but I hope it's somewhere good.
To help me keep my mind off of this challenge, my wife suggested that we walk to go get some smoothies. So I said, bet. On the way there, I did listen to the audiobook so that the time could be used properly, and also we had to stop off and play our favorite 3D golf game, which, by the way, I won. To be honest, I was having so much fun that I had to rewind some of the chapters when I got back home. Yeah, my bad.
3 hours in. What can I say? Oh, wait. What am I doing? Yeah. You know, red for the devils. We're soft DNFing this. Yep. I'm saying it. I'm saying it here. I'm officially 115 pages into this sucker. The only thing that's driving me along through this is honestly his writing. I just like Abercrombie's prose. I like his writing style, the quick, witty, sarcastic feel to it. But to be honest, the conversations between these monsters and these characters, it feels like I'm reading sixth graders picking on each other in the playground. I'm not giving up on this because I have a feeling in my gut that this is going to be like another The Blade Itself situation where most people, when they think about the first Law, they go, The Blade Itself was the worst book I've ever read. But then I gave the sequels a shot, and oh boy. I have a feeling that The Devils is going to be the same exact way, and eventually I will get this read by the end of the year because Ashlynn went through a lot of trouble to get me this book. It's signed. I actually get to meet the man, but I'm not digging it right now. And here's the thing. If I'm not digging it and I'm starting a 24-hour challenge, that could lead me into a slump, and I refuse to be slumped, okay? We're gonna put you right back with your brethren. 3 hours in. Let's review the list again. What do we got? That's too big. That book is already going to another video. No way in fetch am I reading Ulysses. That book's a part of another video. That book's too long. Ooh, that's a maybe. That's happening in this video. I just don't know when. Ooh, okay, that could happen. That's too long. That's too long. That's not out yet. Blake Crouch. I have Pines on this list. I have Wayward Pines Book 1. And it's only 300 pages. Secret Service agent Ethan Burke arrives in Wayward Pines, Idaho with a mission. Locate 2 federal agents who went missing in the bucolic town 1 month earlier, but within minutes of his arrival, Ethan is involved in a violent accident. He comes to in a hospital with no ID, no cell phone, and no briefcase. As the days pass, Ethan's investigation turns up more questions than answers. Why can't he get any phone calls through to his wife and son in the outside world? Why doesn't anyone believe he is who he says he is? And what is the purpose of the electrified fences surrounding the town? Are they meant to keep the residents in, or something else out? Each step closer to the truth takes Ethan farther from the world he knew, from the man he was, until he must face a horrifying fact: he may never get out of Wayward Pines alive. Suspense, science fiction, and horror. You've got me sold, Mr. Crouch. This? I don't know if I'm just out of touch with thrillers. It has been a hot minute since I read a book this fast-paced. Blake Crouch starts you off in the deep end. There is no warning. There is no preamble. It's just this man wakes up. He's got broken bones. He has bruises, limps his way through town, eventually wakes up in a hospital bed, realizes he's like the only patient. Really creepy vibes going on. Like, what the fetch is going on? Supposedly, he's a Secret Service agent named Ethan Burke, and he and his partner were sent to this little town in Idaho on a missing person investigation of 2 other Secret Service agents that went missing in this town. Everybody's giving this man the runaround. Everybody's giving him the back and forth. Nobody seems to trust him. Everybody seems to be in on it, yet nobody knows what he's talking about. He just found a decaying body he assumes is one of the agents he's looking for, strapped in a decrepit, broken down, run down house at an address that he got from a bartender. What the Say one thing about Blake Crouch, he gets you invested from the very first page, brother. For those of you wondering, 4.5 hours in. Before the night really gets going, I do need to talk to you about today's sponsor. That's right, you didn't see this coming. Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs and those looking to build a perfect dream website online. They have hundreds of layout options and absolutely everything is customizable. Squarespace makes it so incredibly easy to engage with your audience while simultaneously making it that much easier to sell whatever kind of products and or content you're trying to promote online. It's all in one place and it's all on your terms. Squarespace's new design AI empowers you to create the perfect dream website with everything that you're looking for with just the click of a button. If you're interested in giving Squarespace a shot, head on over to squarespace.com to start your free trial today, or click the link down below in the description and use the code Gubeli to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. We got a long night ahead of us. this is getting so layered that why am I getting the feeling that this is going to be like a Shutter Island? If you've seen it or read the book, you know what I'm talking about when I say Shutter Island. Already the depth and the precision, this whole thing feels so calculated. It's honestly quite scary. My goodness. My goodness. I fell asleep. But that's not as big a deal as it sounds. I finished Pines. I couldn't put this book down, even though I put it down to sleep. I couldn't put this book down, guys. That is exactly what I needed. Crazy, all-out, fetching, sci-fi thriller. Definitely a horror novel. Oh my gosh, dude. Such a freaking crazy opening to another series that I'm going to be hooked on. Not that much. Well, I don't know. So now I need to figure out what we're reading next. Just give me a minute. I'm sorry, I fell asleep again. Now here's the dilemma. I had 2 books actually planned for this video. Pines was not one of them. Pines was actually a backup. The next book I have planned is 416 pages. Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Freaking Life, dude. You all thought I didn't read romance. I read romance, and I'm stoked. Last year, I read 3 of her novels. So freaking impressed with her characters and her writing that when I heard the announcement for the new book, I thought, ooh, yes, another Emily Henry book, sweet. I'll be there for it. Actually, I think the last time I read an Emily Henry book, I did another 24-hour challenge. I've heard only bare minimum details about this book. My wife actually read this for a video recently when she was sick. Poor girl, she was so sick. This goes in a different direction than most of her typical books. Essentially, 2 writers are given the task of writing the life story of this eccentrically wealthy, excessively famous person. But the thing is, they're not being given the entire story, so each of them are writing snippets. At the end of it all, it's a competition, and whoever impresses this lady more with their writing and their capturing of her story will get to write the whole thing. And it also just happens to be a romance. So that's freaking fun. That sounds great. Enough about that. Enough said. Let's get reading. Man, I'm tired. But I think that's to be expected, right? 14 hours. We're almost 14 and a half hours into this. Has it been 2 hours? Why am I asking you? You guys, what? That's unreliable. Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm 103 pages in. Say what you want about Emily Henry. Her books, you can eat through them, dude. You can chow down on her words, and before you know it, we're over 100 pages deep. Oh man, she's just doing what she does best. Creating intrigue, creating tension. The thing that I appreciate about her character work is that there's layers to them, and you get the layers as you go. Not everything is as it seems, not everything is laid out on the table, and not everything is revealed on the surface. She's just a phenomenal character writer with this intrigue surrounding this older woman. That's been the most intriguing part so far, and I've only gotten one story. I've only gotten a little bit of her story. There's just a heavy dose of literary fiction vibes, but on top of it all, shines forth with her wit. Dude, Emily Henry's wit. The dialogue between her characters is always so funny. She just takes me off guard so much with her banter. Somebody in my comment section once said that Emily Henry is not literary fiction, and she may not be 100% literary fiction, but I think to turn your nose up at her and say that she's not even close, or like, oh, she doesn't do that. Read this book, and I think you'll change your mind. And that's all it takes, right? That's all it takes. Emily Henry's goated. I'll say it right here on this channel because of stuff like this. Okay, I've got some bad news. Are these things on? Okay, they're on. 17 hours into this challenge. Less than 7 hours to go. I am over the 50% mark of this book, and I'm DNFing it. Soft DNFing. Not a permanent DNF, not a permanent never gonna read again, just temporary. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This has the potential to be Emily Henry's best novel she's ever written. However, I don't give a flying crap about any of the characters. In particular, the male main character. I don't really care about Hayden. She hasn't really given me anything to invest in this man's life. And Alice, oh, Alice, she just, I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there's so many good reasons why she just assumes people think the worst of her, or, oh gosh, she just does not think before she speaks or does things. The only aspect of this book that I'm really interested in is the backstory of this rich woman. I love the backstory on her life, her family's life, but that's about it. That means I need to pick another book for this video. 2 DNFs in one video is crazy, but I will count this as being read because I invested hours of my time. That freaking counts. Let's consult the list. What do we got? Man, I want to read so many big books, and I'm kicking myself for that now. Let's go consult the shelves. Okay, what do we have? There's a lot of series that I haven't finished yet that I've started. I don't have many standalones, which is the sucky thing. And Ashlynn has some books that I'd like to read, but I don't want to take away from nothing. I hit nothing.
Books on my shelf that you'd like to read?
Yes.
I have a few.
You know what else? What I was looking at?
What?
Book of the month books.
Oh, you should do this one. There's one that I really want to give you, but I can't.
Because we're saving it for a book swap coming up. Oh, did I say that?
My work is done.
Thank you, my sweet. Ashlynn just helped me pick my next read, my final read for this video. And it's actually a book I've been looking at for a little while. And that is Julie Clark's The Ghostwriter. There's this tragedy that happens in this family. June 1975, the Taylor family shatters in a single night when 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. Ooh, grisly. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shares the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of Vincent Taylor. Now on the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that this project is another one of his lies, because it's not another horror novel he wants her to write. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what really happened that night in 1975. Oh, 328? Oh, dude, we could do this easy. Hello. This is a public service announcement to clean your kitchen, or your home, or your apartment. In other words, I'm trying to say, this place is a mess. I would love to show you the countertop, but frankly, I'm embarrassed. Ever since Ashlynn and I got home from vacation, I have been a little slack in doing my side of the chores. That's gonna change in this video. I found an audiobook of this book, so the challenge can't continue, and I can get my sanity back while I clean this place. What do you say? I guess I ought to start over here. That took a long time. Don't let your chores get away from you. 19 hours in. Dang, really? Okay. What do I think of Ghostwriter? Pretty much the same story of what I just read in Great Big Beautiful Life, only the story that the main character has to kind of write for this other person is about a murder. The interesting thing about this is that the main character and the person that they're writing for is related. Our main character, Olivia, has been requested by name to ghostwrite a memoir about her father. Her father is this insanely famous horror author, but the thing is, this man has a past, especially in his hometown, where people think that he's responsible for the death of his older siblings, has refused to speak about it for over 50 years. Well, Vincent, being the father of Olivia, the time has come, but here's the thing, they have a very strange relationship. They've been estranged for 20 years. But the thing is, her father has asked her to come and be his ghostwriter. He's suffering from a strange case of dementia. I've never heard of this kind of dementia before. He suffers from a certain type of dementia where, of course, memories are altered and he doesn't remember some things, but he also gets hallucinations and he relives the past and he thinks people are talking to him when they're not. And I mean, there's a whole, it is quite sad. She has to clear up the story that he's handwritten and it is a jumbled mess. It's honestly quite creepy. In between all of that, we're getting flashbacks of Vincent when he was a teenager leading up to the murders. I really do like the tension that's building. I like the suspense. I think the thing that I dislike about it, though, so far, and this is the strongest dislike, is the main character. She's the most self-righteous first-person character I have read in a very long time. When you're just sitting with the main character and she's giving you her POV, it's like, man, will you shut up sometimes? But apparently it's a trend in the family, so yeah, but I'm 100 pages down, 100 pages deep of like 330 or something like that. You know, I'm not feeling like I want to DNF it, but I don't have the strongest desire to just like, oh, this is incredible. But I feel like she's going to give me a twist that I need to stick around for. And honestly, I think you're seeing the beginning of me spiral into yet another reading slump. I'm going to keep going with this one. I'm going to buckle down because I can't do this to you guys. We're almost done anyway. Freaking 4 hours left, man. I'm in a reading slump. I'll admit it. I am so sorry you had to watch me develop this on camera. I'm not interested in anything that I'm reading. And that is like the most hurtful thing ever. I mean, I'm almost halfway through. I'm not going to count this one because I haven't been paying attention. Even when my eyes are on the page, I haven't been paying attention probably the last 45 to 60 pages. I don't care. The main character, who is unfortunately also our first-person narrator, she's just kind of insufferable. I've come to the realization that when it comes to more thriller-esque, I think Blake Crouch is my exception. No matter what that guy writes, man, I'm like here for it. I think I enjoy crime fiction more. I'd rather read pulpy crime novels than, why did this happen? Ooh, here's a plot twist. Bah. As fun as that is, I just hate this narrator. I don't like this character. And if the author sees this and hates me forever, I'm so sorry. It's just my particular taste. How much do we have left? Oh, of course. It has been almost an hour. It's pretty much been an hour. I didn't want to have to do this. Did not want to have to resort to this. I've been keeping a secret from all of you. In fact, you saw the beginning of this process last video. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch that video. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I've been reading a series of secret books. Don't misunderstand me here. I didn't say I'm reading a secret series, per se. I'm reading a series of secret books. Oh, isn't that just so clever? I didn't want to include the secret book that I'm reading at the moment in this video, but it looks like I'm gonna have to do that because I know I'm actually interested in that book and I actually took time away from doing that project, filming that project and reading those books to do this one, thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this list taken care of. It's gonna be amazing. I need to reevaluate my reading priorities. Third DNF. of this video. Now, the nature of these secret novels, I can't reveal to you. I would love to give you hints. I would love to drop breadcrumbs for you, but you're just gonna have to wait and see. At the end of my last video, I said be on the lookout for a video that has the number 100 in the title. That's all I'm giving you. This is what I'm going to be reading for the remainder of this video. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you what it is. I can't tell you what it's about, but I'm gonna read it anyway. And I'm gonna have a darn good time doing it. I just know it. So, roll the month. Ugh, I can't believe I DNF'd 3 books in this video. What am I doing? This is the problem I find with 24-hour challenges, is that I rush things and never find any enjoyment in the process. The whole time I'm reading books, this stupid clock counts down in my face. But I bet you can't guess what the secret book is. What is it? What is it? Ooh, what is it? Oh, I'm so silly. Could it possibly be a book from one of these shelves? Could be. Or could it possibly be a book from one of these shelves? Who can tell? Bet you can't guess in the comments. What about this nice side profile? Does this give you guys any ideas? I bet it doesn't. Even though by the end I was reading a book that I actually enjoyed, this clock couldn't tick down any slower. I still can't believe I DNF'd 3 whole books in this challenge. I've never, ever done that before. That's crazy. Huh? We're gonna get it. All right, we're gonna get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's it. I'm going to bed. Let me do that again. Friends, family, and intimate reading associates. We finally came to the tail end of the most chaotic 24-hour challenge the reading community has ever seen. I had a grand idea for what I wanted this video to be. From the 25 books that I wanted to read in 2025, there were 2 books from that list that I knew I'm reading in this video, and I DNF'd them both. One I'm counting as reading, the other I will get back to it. I have to do that for myself. But shall we recap? Book 1. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. It has potential. It has all of the things that make Joe Abercrombie really fun to read, except coherency. I know I probably would enjoy this more if I wasn't trying to read this for 24 hours, right? Because 24-hour challenges make me read faster than normal. So that had a lot to do with it. The dialogue seemed a bit childish, and the characters were all over the place. So it is kind of a chaotic book. For a book called The Devils, you'd expect nothing less. And being written by Lord Grimdark himself, yeah, it is just pure insanity. DNF'd it over 100 pages in. Next, Pines by Blake Crouch. Pines is on that 25 books in 25, and I'm so glad I picked this up because I learned one thing. Thrillers are excellent palate cleansers. This book is amazing. If you want the top tier of thriller writing, this is your author. This is your man. Didn't know where anything was going, and the fact that it has 2 sequels, mwah, so excited. Next, Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life. I realized this after I DNF'd it. This is a book that I know I would have enjoyed if I would have taken my time. If I wouldn't have put this in this challenge, I know I would have loved this book. Sprinted through this book at warp speed to try to get it done, and it made me not interested in any of the characters. I didn't like what was going on. I couldn't care less about the relationship, and that's because I didn't take my time. This is all my fault. Maybe I'll revisit this in a later video. I'm just so sad that I did that to Miss Emily. And then the final book, well, not the final book, but Julie Clark's The Ghostwriter. A superb idea, excellent idea. I'm all about this. This sounds so cool, and I bet the reveal at the end is awesome, or like whatever happens at the end. I don't care about our main character. She is the main voice. She's telling me the story from first person. She's insufferable. She's self-righteous. She's arrogant, and she just annoys the living fetch out of me. DNF over 100 pages in. And then, of course, there's the secret novel of a series of secret books that I'm reading. Loved it. I read like 120 pages. Dude, so good. Couldn't put it down. I'm so excited to share that video with you. And there you have it. The most chaotic 24-hour challenge you've ever seen in the reading community. I DNF'd 3 novels. I can't even fathom that. But folks, that's all I got. A video like this comes around every once in a while, and I think I've learned something very important about myself and this channel. I hate doing 24-hour challenges. The next time I do this, it's probably gonna be more of a readathon style where I'm not blitzing in literal 24 hours to try to get everything done. I'm so done with doing this format. But thank you so much for being here, everybody. And thanks again to today's sponsor, Squarespace. Again, if you're interested in Squarespace, head on over to squarespace.com to start your free trial today, or click the link down below in the description and use the code Gubeli to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I have some really fun videos coming up, so please make sure to see me in the next one.